Now, in order for you guys to switch around the way that you think, you got to switch the things that you're around. You see, they say, it's a saying that says, either you change your friends or you change your friends. You see, you're going to change the circle that's around you that ain't helping you to win. I'll be very, very honest with you. If you don't want 4 people on this call as yet, it's you. You got to either change the people around you or you got to change the people that's around you. And what that means is either you get a different circle, or that same circle that you hanging around, you're going to have to change their mindset. And the only way to change someone's mindset is to pretty much elevate. Elevation requires separation. Y'all going to hear a lot of things coming from me. I did not come up with any of these talks. I'll tell you right now, I stole all of it. I stole every last single one of these talks. But the thing about it is, it works. We speak a different language. We hunt a little bit different. When I wake up in the day, see you waking up at 7 to miss breakfast to go to work. When I wake up at 5, I get in personal development in. I gotta get that personal development in before I do anything before my day, because how you start your day is how you finish it. If I start my day off and I start my day off wrong, saying, oh, I don't want to go to this place, I don't want to clock in, and I still go clock in, what I'm doing is I'm devaluing my value system. I ain't no wolf going to devalue his value system. To me, you being a lion right now, getting put inside of a cage. So if you on the score right now, and to be honest with you, if you're showing up to a place of employment, or even to a place that you currently own, and you are unhappy with what you got going on right now, and you're a part of this company, and you haven't been to the last travel body, what you're doing right now is you're putting yourself in a cage just like a lion. You walking into the cage by yourself, you letting them whip you, you letting yourself whip yourself, you just literally walking into that cage, being told what to do, when you could come out the cage, when to roar, stuff like that. Again, you ain't gonna find no wolf in no damn circus. I tell you that right now. You ain't gonna never find it. It ain't gonna never happen. All right? So you gotta have also, this is my favorite part right here. All right? Now, I know I got some yellows on this call. I know I got some different colors on this call. If you don't know about the colors, get with your personal sponsor or the nearest sponsor. Let them get you in on what the color test is all about so you can know which color you are. As y'all can tell, there's a color called red. That is me. I'm going to own that tonight because I was telling people, I'm blue. But I'm going to own my red tonight. Here's the deal. You got to stop accepting excuses. You got to stop accepting quitting. In your head, just get ready to quit. There's no such thing as quit in the mindset of someone that hunts for more. There's no such thing as quit. Get it out your head right now. The reason why I'm saying this is because most people have a quitting threshold, right? You see, everybody has a breaking point in their head or that they can tolerate. Where's your breaking point? Is it that third monthly fee that's supposed to come out next month? Is it that third rejection? Is it your mom telling you, oh, it's a scam? Is she really living the lifestyle that you want to model? Are you following the people in life that are retired in their 20s, 30s, or 40s? Are you literally living the dream life? Are the people you listen to living the dream life or the life that you want to live? If the answer is no, then what are you quitting from? What are you really doing? I see a lot of these comments. I see your comments. But I want you all to understand something. We could laugh up and talk and get off and all that stuff. But I want you all to understand something. Next year, when you look at us again, we ain't going to be in the same spot. So don't tell nobody who's above you, oh, I'm coming for your spot, because it ain't going to be the same spot when you get there, obviously. You're going to be a marketing director looking at an IMD. You ain't going to be looking at a marketing director as a marketing director. It ain't going to happen, okay? So with that being said, moving down, you got to have deadly ambition. You got to start your day with your vision. Like, you got to have, if you don't have a vision right now, you need to start to write it down. You need to get around people that have vision, and you need to start putting things together to have a vision. If you don't have a vision for where you're going right now, if it isn't a clear line, if it isn't a straight line, A to B, right now, if you're zigzagging to get to the front or get to the top, that's because you're probably hanging around people that are doing the same exact thing. The circle that you're around probably doing the same exact thing. They telling you, yeah, I want to be rich, but then they doing stuff like, oh, spending up all their money. They ain't investing in themselves. They complaining about this. They probably doing something like working in employment that they don't want to work, ain't getting paid the type of money that they want to make. Again, not for me to bash jobs, but I can be real with y'all. Your boy is anti-clock in. I don't clock in. I am never clocking in again. And I use the word never. They say never, but I'm telling you all, never clocking in ever again. My value system is different. See, if you want to get to the next level, you got to change the way that you look at certain stuff. I don't look at trading time for money the same as I look at making money based on what I can do in a shorter frame of time. The way I look at the word leverage versus the way I look at when I used to work for a job, it kind of gives me an asthma attack knowing that I used to do what I used to do 2 years ago. That gives me an asthma attack. See, if you ain't there yet, that means you ain't changed your value system yet. That means you ain't hanging around the right people. I remember when I used to work, there was 3 people that used to piss me off. One's name is Ashley LaFawn, and the next one is my mentor, Josh Valentine. I know they're listening to this call right now. Here's the deal. They literally didn't work for anybody, but I did. I would have to go home early every single day for over 1 year and listen to how they were like, oh, I don't know what I can be doing tomorrow morning. I probably can get up at 10. I probably can do this. Oh, yeah, I thinking about going by Bahama and chilling. Oh, yeah, I think about going in the pool. Oh, yeah, I used to probably be relaxing a little bit. That used to piss me off because I had to get up every single day at 6 o'clock just to put in extra work so I could catch up. See, this is the thing. If you a wolf, see, you ain't going to let yourself be left in the back. You ain't going to let nobody talk about the lifestyle of your dreams in front of you and not fight for it. So with that being said, if you hanging around people that have this life that you really want, if you know people that have this life that you want and you ain't in that chat every single day asking questions, literally picking their brain as to what it is that you could get so you could have it, you don't want to spot enough. You only hungry. You ain't starving. All right. So moving on from that, you gotta learn how powerful leadership. Ain't nobody gonna follow nobody who weak. Be straight up. Ain't nobody signing up with nobody that complaining about nobody showing up to the next travel party. Oh, I invite people out, nobody showed up. Listen to me. Here's the thing. People follow people of strength. There was 3 weeks when I invited people and nobody showed up. You think I cared? You really think I cared that those 3 weeks of people that didn't show up? Here's the thing. I'm not worried about people that ain't showing up to something better than what they got. If I tell you, hey, bro, what's going on? Everything's good, man. Listen, let me ask you a question. I see you work Subway. Is this something you see yourself doing in the next 5 years? The answer is no. I don't see myself being there for the next 5 years. I say, listen, I don't know if you keep your income options open, but I'm the type of person that looks for sharp people. You're looking like one of them, but I think you're in the wrong place right now. Well, you're probably right. Let me take your number. He probably may even ask me, well, what is it that you do for a living? Bro, you work right now, you to work. This ain't the right time and the right place to talk for business. But let me get your contacts and I'll give you a call. Do you really think I give a crap if he tell me no? He got to go right back to the same place he just said he don't want to be in the next 5 years. Treat this business as if this is everything right now. Because trust me when I tell you, you sign up for literally a couple $100 to have $1 million compensation plan. You literally, everybody on this call as a business rep, you have a $1 million compensation plan attached to your couple $100 you spent. But you're treating this as like this a $57 deal. That's what you're treating this like. Every time you complain about it. If this costs you $500,000 to be a part of this, how would you treat it? How would you act? Would you eat? Would you sleep? Would you go home? Or would you invite until you make your money back? Would you do as much as it took for as long as it took to literally get to the life of your dreams? What would you do? All right, so moving down from that. See, you got to have rock solid belief in what it is that you're doing. I understand. When I first got started, I didn't completely have 100% faith in myself. So I needed to have faith in something. If you don't have 100% faith and rock solid faith inside, at least either yourself, the product, the compensation plan, the company itself, or your friend that showed this to you, if you lack any of these things right here, this is going to be very difficult. I understand though. I understand if this is very difficult for you to believe in. You may still be a little questionable as to what it is that you're doing. You may not have all the right information. You may not have all the right beliefs. You may not have taken a dream trip yet. You probably didn't make $1 with it yet. I understand that. I've been there. I've done that. But what are you doing to change that? Are you diving into what it is that we're doing right now? Do you understand that this is called network marketing? Are you diving into what it is that network marketing is? Do you know that this is a better way? Do you understand that this is the 21st century way of doing business right now? Do you understand that your product is legit changing the lives of multiple hundreds of thousands of people around the world, literally spread across millions around the world? Do you know that this same company is sending more people in the Bahamas and just literally about the world abroad than any other organization in the history of this country? Do you all understand that? Do you know how powerful that is right now? You have to have, see, you got to find that belief. You got to get that belief. And again, if it ain't in the company, you got to believe in you. You got to believe in you when you're selling this. You got to get out there and sell this as if this is it. This is the deal. And if you don't know, you need to get around people that's doing that, right? You got to be success driven. And what that means is, you know, you got to understand one thing. If you're going to be a wolf, there's always a wolf hungrier than you all the time. Don't ever think that you're the best. I on this call right now, I know there's somebody in Thailand that's probably working harder than me, probably working 3 times harder than me. I understand that. That's why I got to keep working hard. I got to keep working hard on me so that that person doesn't catch me up or pass me. And that's how you have to operate every single day of your life. You have to operate with that mentality that somebody out there is going to take your market share. You have to understand this stuff, Bahamas. We are fighting for market share. We're fighting for our dream life. And the more people that you don't show means there's someone else that's going to show them in your place. But here's the thing. I want you to just take this into consideration. What if you was the reason someone didn't get their shot? What if you was the reason because you don't want to pick up the phone, because you don't want to be a wolf, because you don't want to be on purpose, because you sign up for this thing, you say you sign up for financial freedom, you say you want time freedom, you say you need to clear your bills, you say you want to do this for your mom, but you don't want to pick up the phone. And the reason is because you're afraid to get told no, because it hurts. Because you're afraid that someone's going to tell you that it's a scam. It won't work. Oh, the Bahamas is too small. Oh, that stuff don't sell over here. Oh, them network marketing things don't last. You've been 4 years strong. You all understand that there's nobody in their right mind that would ever tell me that to my face. You realize that you could get to that same point as well, right? It's all based on a belief. My point exactly, bro. And that's the thing. A no can't be bigger than your why. A no can't be bigger than what hurts you. All right? So when you out there, you can't be a farmer either. I know a lot of people, what they do is they throw out bait. They go on social media and they say stuff like, oh, you know, who wants to join my travel club? Don't do that. Don't bait people. People don't want to be baited. You got to go out there and personalize that message. Go out there and be a wolf. Go out there and see who's looking. All right, just like how you was looking, go out there and see who's looking. See what I'm saying? Now, moving forward from that, you know, you have to have a strong sense of direction. I know a lot of people are going to struggle with this. The reason why is because you were never probably given direction. You were probably told, just like I was, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, work for the man. Work for 40 years of your life, 40 or 50 years of your life, retire from a pension, settle, travel when you retire. 98% of people that follow that plan probably either end up broke, dead broke, or dependent upon the government. 98% of people. The chances of you becoming financially free at the end of that compensation plan is literally 2%. 2%. If you quit, I hope you are happy with that percentage. You see, what's so funny about our income disclosure statement, 20% of people they have in the year 2016 made money while 80% did not. What does that mean? The 20% of people you understand is 100% chance that they made money. The 80% of people that did make money, you understand that most of them probably just didn't listen to the person that showed them. I know a lot of people have been delinquent for a long time and they wonder why it ain't working. Or they went out there and tried to do something that wasn't a part of our success cycle and they wonder why they don't get the results. But you know the part that hurts me the most is when you know you don't get results, but you're afraid to ask the question of how to be corrected. That's the part that hurts me the most. And the number one thing, can you mute your mic for me, please? Way to go. Appreciate you. What I realized about success, see, success is 80% psychological, 20% mechanics. And with that being said, if you're not paying attention to the people that's winning, if you're not paying attention to the people around you that's actually putting in the work and getting the results, if you follow in someone else's blueprint as to how this works, Because what's going to happen is you're going to have people tell you, oh, maybe you should do this with the business. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that ain't for me, but this is what y'all should be doing. Y'all realize that's the same person that told you they can't afford $149, right? And that's the person you're going to be following. That's who you quitting for. You quitting for the person that told you no and couldn't even afford it. That's not really too much of a knock to your friend, but that's just the reality of the situation here. Imagine if LeVon Farrington, I'll even go further beyond that. Imagine if Josh and Kia Valentina brought DreamNation to the Bahamas. Imagine if they quit. International marketing directors. Replace a six-figure income that was six-figure income a month. Imagine if they had quit because someone told them no. Wow. None of y'all, none of us would have been on this call right now. Nobody. Not one person would have been on this call right now if they had quit. So the 3,000 people that need you to be a wolf, that waiting on you to be a wolf, they waiting on you to get to them. But you know what the problem is? You being slowed down because someone tell you it ain't gonna work. Out of a list of 10 people, you got to 3 of them today if you did that. Or a list of 20 people, you probably hit up 0, did you? See, what you're doing is you prolonging what it is that it takes to get to that next level. Y'all have to understand, there are people waiting on y'all. Don't wait for me to do a presentation for you. Don't wait for LeVon to come back from wherever he is to host a meeting. Don't wait for your sponsor to come on this call or come on in front of you and be, hey, you doing presentations today? You doing presentations today? That's not wolf behavior. That's sheep behavior. You lining up, waiting for someone to tell you what to do. Listen, we got to break the mold. All of us on this call right now, you realize we the next generation of leaders, right? Y'all realize the same. This is a thought I had earlier today. The people that talk about us are the people that are in sets higher than us. There's persons who in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are saying, "Oh, it ain't no help. It ain't no no hope for our future generations. They lost. They don't know what they're doing. They gangbanging and all this different stuff, right?" Funny thing about what they're saying is a lot of those same set of people gave up on their dreams, but they want you to be the ones to run the country so they can have a better life. Let's show them what wolves really look like. Let's all of us come together on this call. Let's have the same vision. Let's have the same mindset. Let's have the same goals. Let's have the same mission, and let's go accomplish something big. And that's what success-driven sounds like. That's what it's supposed to be like. See, when you're in the everyday, day-to-day, grind, you got to understand, if you ain't doing 3 a day every single day so you could get off that job in the next 2 years, you're going to be there for another year. For the longer you put off your dreams, the longer you put off the activity to get you to your dreams, the longer you got to stay in that box. The longer you got to stay in that box. I would rather be in a pyramid because at least I could go up to the top versus being in a box where I can't move at all. Oops. So moving forward from that, you got to rely on the strength of you. Again, this is going to get difficult. I know being a wolf ain't easy. Y'all see wolves, they're vicious animals. Like I said, they hunt in packs. They create packs. This is the deal, though. A wolf only relies on his own strength based on his mind. He don't rely on the strength of other people. He don't rely on other people's opinions. He don't rely on all these other stuff. He relies on his own strength based on what he knows, based on what he thinks, based on where he's going. And the variables are always against the wolf. Always. Whether it's the terrain, whether it's the same pack that he's in, because I don't want y'all to think that just because you have a strong pack that they can't turn on you either. I don't want y'all to think that this journey gonna be the easiest journey moving forward. You're gonna have to switch up some wolves around you. Some of y'all hanging around people that mean 0 to your life right now. Absolutely 0. And that's why this whole topic is the lone wolf. You gotta be the person that you want to follow. When you look in the mirror on a scale of 10, are you a 10? And don't say yes just because you think you look like a 10. If your mindset ain't guiding you towards higher paychecks, if your mindset ain't guiding you closer to that dream life, you ain't a 10. I had to be real with myself too. I had to be very real with myself. When I first got started, I was a 4. And y'all might say, well, you're being a little harsh. Okay, then 5 months with 0 people on my team prove the numbers. See, I had to learn, I had to get better. I had to model success. You have to do the same thing. So to be a wolf, you got to follow a wolf. Who is a wolf? Find somebody that's successful in the same industry, the same profession that you're doing right now, and follow them to the T. Don't do nothing left. Don't look left. Don't look right. Just look straight and follow that person. Follow everything they do. If they do 10 a day, you do 20 because you're already behind the curve. If they do 20, you do 40. You got to double up on what they do. If you want to be a marketing director, if you want to make up to $5,000 a week and $5,000 a month on the residual end, you got to do twice as much and 3 times as much, 5 times as much as me and Vaughn doing right now. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. What don't happen this year will pay you next year. You got to plant the seeds. You got to go there and do it. All right? So here's the thing. A wolf never starts believing that it's a wolf. No matter what's said, no matter what's done. You're going to take losses. You're going to take more L's than W's. That's just the way life is. And don't listen to people that say it's lonely at the top. This is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. The reason why they say that is because there's so much room at the top that there's a lot of people that can make it. There's just, they're so conditioned to be at the bottom. They stuck at the bottom with everybody else and it's crowded. That's why they say that, because they can't wiggle their way out to get to the top where everybody else has all the room. Don't listen to those people at the bottom. You see? And it has nothing to do with where they are in their life. That's everything to do with their thinking and their mind. Don't get stuck in a crowded spot. That's why we have the terminology, observe the masses and do the opposite. Because if you follow the masses, you become, just remove the M. Just remove the M, and that's what you become. That's what you become in life. Don't focus on what people are doing. They go into that next party. Don't worry about that next party. Party's going to be there all day long. You know, God gave us good health and strength. We're going to make it to the next party, but you got to get your life in order. We got to get our lives in order. We got to get to the next level. All right? So let's get more into the mindset. You see, to be a leader, you got to be a leader of leaders. Be the leader that you want people to follow. My mentor, Josh Valentine, always tells me that. Be the leader that people wants to follow. If you can't lead you, how can you lead somebody else? All right? If you get up in the morning, what's the first thing that you do when you get up? Do you put your hands together and give thanks? Or is the first thing you do is you go rush and go try to brush your teeth, go miss breakfast and go to work? Start your day off wrong. So you got to lead people the right way. You got to give people habits. It takes 21 days to form a great habit, right? 21 days to form a habit, 90 days to form a formula to get you a life of your dreams. I just gave you all the clue. If you haven't been inviting for 21 days straight, I promise you, the day you take off is the day that this thing starts to get rusty for you. You ever tried to invite somebody after taking 5 days off? It's like trying to go back to the gym. You ever went to the gym for a month and then stopped going for a month and then went back the following month? You ever realize how hard it is to keep up that routine? It ain't gonna be easy. So you have to be consistent. A wolf is always consistent. A wolf is always on the hunt. A wolf is always doing something that's going to make him a better wolf, because he understands that someone in that pack is coming for his spot. Someone in that pack got a radar on his back. Remember, when you in the front, you always have a target on your back. Always have a target on your back. But you got to be the one to put the gap so far ahead of people. That's why this journey is going to be a little bit lonely when it comes down to it. But the right people are going to be able to see where it is that you went. They're going to follow that. The wrong people are going to put a target on your back. They're going to try to pull you down. They're going to try to destroy your motions. They're going to try to destroy your movements. They're going to try to blur your vision in the front. Sounds familiar? And they're going to try to trip you up. The only thing is, you're going to let them or you're going to leave them behind. You gotta choose. It's so simple. It's just 2 options here. It's either you're going to let people in your life that ain't serve you no purpose hold you back, or you're going to take yourself forward and bring the people that you're going to bring with you forward with you. You got to choose which side of the fence you're going to be on. As we keep going, here's what I love about being a wolf. A wolf loves a challenge. You got to find an accountability partner as well. You got to find somebody to compete with. Now, I know some people on this call, they probably, you're probably saying, oh, I don't really like to compete, Anton. That's not really my thing. I don't really like to put myself in competition. Well, that's probably why, you're going to have a slow run here. you're going to have to find somebody to compete with. You're going to have to find somebody to match up with. You know, everybody has competition. I don't care who you are on this call. Everybody is in competition with somebody. And it's not because you're trying to be better than anybody, but you're in competition to show people pretty much what it is that you have to offer. See, the person that does it first is the person that pretty much is going to get that recognition right away, right? But of course, if you take a while because you're just trying to be modest, you're trying to be laid back, you know, of course, the best person to be in competition is with yourself, obviously. But how do you gauge competition with yourself if you don't know who you are? If you don't know if you're a wolf, how would you gauge to be in competition with yourself? See, you got to figure out who it is that's competing just like how you're competing. The reason why I'm saying this is because everybody has the same platform. We all start from the same platform. I started just like how you got started. I started with nobody on my team. You know, I have people on my team today, right? But I had to gauge where I was as to where I was going. I had to look at who had what I wanted, and I had to put myself not necessarily in competition with where they're going, but in competition with who I'm going to become. You see, so I was using their success to propel me. I was using what they was doing to pull me closer to where they are so that I could propel myself to get where I needed to go. That's the competition I'm talking about. You're putting up, you know, who you are today against who you're going to become in the future, but you need somebody to show you the way. So you compete against what they're doing based on what you're doing so you can elevate what you got going on. That's pretty much the competition that you need to be in right now. But obviously, you compete against who you are yesterday. You want to be a better version of yourself tomorrow than you are today. So tomorrow, if you gave yourself 5 excuses today, you got to give yourself 3 less excuses tomorrow. And the day after that, you got to give yourself 1 less excuse the day after that. And the day after that, you should have 0 excuses. And the day after that, it should just be work. 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 I know it's going to be difficult, guys. I know they're going to tell you that it ain't going to work. I already know that. They told me the same thing. My own mother told me I would never amount to nothing. My own mother told me that, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I don't want to do any of that. I've been there. I've done that. I've been that person. But I could have chose to be 2 people in that situation. I could have chose to be the person that let it fuel me. I could have chose to be the person that let it define me and become a person I didn't want to be. You see, what I realized is the same events that kill unsuccessful people are the same ones that fuel successful ones. The same event that your friend, when he sees his information or she sees his information that says, I can't afford it, is the same event that someone is going to say, you know what, let me make a plan to afford it. The same event that someone says that, you know, I don't have the time. It's the same event that someone says, you know what, this is exactly why I need to do it. The same reason why you ain't coming to training in April or March is the same reason why, although I already have this thing working for me, I'm still going to get to the next level. It's the same reason why your leader is still going to the next training. You got to choose. It's a fine line between having success and having failures for all your life. You got to choose what part of the fence you're going to be on. All right? You got to use your pain as well. You got to use the things that demotivate you to motivate you. You got to use that pain on the inside to propel you to the next level, because ain't nobody else going to take your pain and turn it into a beautiful story for you. You have to participate in your own rescue. You have to say to yourself, listen, I in a boat that's sinking and there's a hole in this boat. How am I going to get this boat to this island? What am I going to do? Am I going to sink with the boat? Or am I going to find myself getting closer and closer and closer to the shore before this boat takes me down with it? That's the same thing with your dream life. See, some of y'all probably don't even believe in the word dream. Most people probably even sold a dream so much they don't even know what to believe in anymore. The only thing they can believe in is what they think just works. You can't be that person. You can't stop reaching for more. You can't listen to the world. You understand that from here, when you leave this call, when you literally end this call, you know what's going to happen? They're literally going to say to you, don't go work for yourself. Don't go chase your dreams. Don't do it. Be just like us. It's too hard out there. It's too difficult out there. It ain't worth it. It's too good to be true. They lying to you. The grass ain't green on the other side. You know, they going to tell you these things. You going to believe them? Because the last time I heard, how you know the grass ain't green on the other side? You been over there? They ain't been over there. How would they know? They giving you the limitations of themselves so that you can live within their limitations along with them. Don't listen to them. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to end this down, right? Always understand this, guys. When you start to become a wolf, this is one of my, I know this is one of Vaughn's sayings, but it's also one of my favorite sayings as well. The wolf on top of the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. I'll repeat that. The wolf on top of the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. If you think you ever made it, you played yourself big time. You got to always reach, you got to set goals so ridiculously far ahead of yourself that it scares even yourself before you could even maintain them. It scares, you have to set goals so big that when you break them down into microscopic different achievements, it takes you so long to get there that you will always be starving. It'll always be like, man, how do I get to this next level, man? But at least you literally put it down in a way whereas you could literally piece your way closer to that goal. So by the time as you get there, you know, you've been living a life so on purpose that when people mention your name, when you walk into a room, they know who you are before you even open your mouth. You know, Drake said this thing one time. He said, a wise man once said nothing at all, right? That's how you got to be sometimes. Sometimes you got to walk in a room and literally have nothing to say, but everybody can hear exactly what you're saying, just by your footsteps, just by your presence being in that room. When you walk in a room, you got to alter a room. Yes, your reputation has to precede you. That's literally something that you want. You want these things in life because what it is it's giving your generations behind you more and more and more opportunities. See, today, you have complete control over the next 3 to 5 generations of your life and your lifespan behind you. You are fully in control. Every step you take from today forward is bringing you closer and bringing your kids closer to living a dream life. Your steps are giving your kids closer. Let me ask you this question. How many of y'all on this call remember your great-great-grandfather? If the answer is, well, I really don't know who that person is, it's probably because he never left you anything. It's probably because he didn't leave his footsteps or his footprints in the sand deep enough for you to be able to see them in the beach. They were washed away by the sun, by the memories of the things that he should have done based on the things that he didn't do. You have to literally, you got to think far into the future. That's the only way that people can follow in your footsteps. 100 years from now, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered on a tombstone? Or do you want to be remembered in the name of the generations of the generations of the generations of the generations of your generations that haven't come yet? 100 years from now. All right, so I'm going to close with that right there. I understand I probably spit a little bit too much fire on this call. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to burn up the call like that.
Wow.
But I'm going to end with this. But before I go, I'm going to end with this right here. There's something I actually wrote down. They say you have 86, let's just say you had $86,400 to spend every single day, right? But when the day is over, all the money disappears. What are you going to do to spend the money wisely? Are you going to spend all the money wisely, or are you going to just let it just waste away every single day, doing nothing with it, right? Now, here's the deal. The sad part is that we have 86,400 seconds every single day to take advantage of. And most people don't take the time and use it wisely. Most people waste away the time. They waste away every second with the wrong people, with the wrong information, in the wrong financial vehicle, living the wrong life because they were told to do something that they shouldn't have been doing, right? Don't let this time disappear on you. You can never get it back. Always use your seconds wisely. That's me for the night. LeVon Farrington, you definitely have the call, brother. You can take it away from there.
Wow. Completely lost for words, bro. Like, you literally took me back 4 years and I replayed my entire journey for the past 4 years. That was an amazing call, bro. Like, persons who missed this call, they definitely missed this call. I kind of got the middle recording. But yeah, like I was even going to bring up, like, the wolf on top of the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. And a lot of people wouldn't understand, like, hey, they look at us and they consider us being on the top of the hill. Well, really, we still at the bottom of this hill, just climbing and making our way up. So what I want to ask you, bro, like, before we actually close the call, When do you think you actually became or was making that transition into becoming a wolf?
When I knew when I knew I was becoming a wolf, was the day I stopped accepting my own excuses.
And
was the day I said enough was enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was the day I said enough is enough. It was the day I said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of paying these same stupid bills that keep coming up every single month that I can't afford. When I stopped saying to myself that I can't be successful and I know I could be successful. When I stopped watching other people rank up without me when I knew I was supposed to be ranking up. When I stopped letting my paychecks go to the bank when it should have been coming in my pockets. That's when I knew I was going to be a wolf. See, I knew the switch was in my head. It wasn't in what was happening around me. It was happening inside of me. That's when I knew I was a wolf.
That's some good stuff. I heard, I can't remember who exactly. It was Sasha, and I was studying Sasha for the past 2 days. And you just mentioned it, like a lot of people let what happens around them happens inside of them. And that's why they kind of like get distracted and get like they fall off and what's not. So how important is it to not let what happens around you happen inside of you?
See, it's very important to control your surroundings. You see, only you can control your surroundings. Only you could determine what's around you in the beginning. You control who hangs around you. You control if someone talks to you about garbage, if you could walk away from that conversation. The problem that people have, what I realize, is people are so conditioned in negativity that they don't know what's positive. So they stick around negativity for so long that it becomes their reality. You see, you have to filter. See, your mind is a bank. And if you put dirty money in your bank, you will get dirty habits, dirty actions, dirty investments. You will get dirty everything. But if you put clean money in your head, and the only reason why I'm using the terminology money is because it can be deposited. That's the only reason why I'm using that. See, if we substitute the word money for words, actions, habits, you put those good habits in your head, you put good rituals in your head, what's going to happen is you perform good rituals. You really think that Michael Jordan could be one of the greatest, or if not the greatest of all time, if he had bad rituals? No, he'll be considered a Kwame Brown. And I know you all know what Kwame Brown looking like right now, a husband. You don't want to be like that. Make it there. You're a husband versus, as even worse to be a never was, you know? But at the end of the day, you have to control what's around you. Sorry to get so passionate, but that's so I feel.
No, man, definitely. When we talking, we want to talk from a place of passion so people can understand like where we're coming from. I know a lot of people think we just say things to say things most of the time. That's not the case. Like a lot of the times, me and you, Josh, and a lot of the other leaders, when we say something, we already either been through that or we heard someone who's been through that same situation. And I like what Mason said, kind of like what we're saying right now. Ships only sink when you let water inside, get inside of it. Ships don't sink from the water that's around it. Ships only sink from the water that you let inside of the ship. So the same thing applies to your everyday life, to your body. Like to your mind, like you gotta protect your mind. You gotta be on the gateway of actually protecting what you let inside your mind. That's why I said earlier, like Johnny Rumby said, you gotta surround yourself with the thinking that outthings you. Because even now, being at where I am, I know being where you are, you have some doubts that creep in now and again. You have some lazy spirits that might come about you and what's not. And it isn't that these things don't happen to us. They happen to us on a daily basis. It's just that like when we know and we already identify like, hey, I'm not being productive right now. I need to go and switch my mood. Or hey, I haven't been doing this right now. I need to go and switch what I'm doing. So you have to get, like you said, get yourself in the habit of actually doing the proper things. And once you make it a habit, it's going to come more easier. So a lot of persons on this call, you just have to develop some really, 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 really good habits to learn how to be, or to actually have any type of success in whatever you want to do, not just WV. That's what you want to do. And one thing that I want to say too, you was touching on persons who are still working like a job. I know a lot of people, they're still working their full-time job, who are on this call right now. And I saw JD said, hey, a lot of persons gave her excuses saying that they are on their job why they couldn't actually make this call. But I was listening to Julio Costa today, and it was a message from like 3 or 4 years ago. And he was explaining that how the employee mindset can actually be a good thing when building this business. I don't know if you remember that call, bro. But
I remember.
and for those who don't know who Julio Acosta is, definitely you want to go on Instagram. You want to research him. His name is June Acosta. Or This Is June on Instagram. You can actually follow him, and he's one of the top double international marketing directors in the company, very successful. But he was saying today that the employee mindset can actually help you build this business. If you were on your job and your boss tell you that you had to do something, even though you didn't want to do that particular thing, you would still go and do that particular thing on your job. You have to kind of do that same thing in your business. So you have to have that same type of mindset saying, hey, even though I don't want to invite today, I have to invite today. Because if you don't, you gotta be the employee in your business. You have to be the first employee in your business. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that when they get inside a business for themselves, they are the business owner. No, you don't actually have a business until you have a team. And you don't have a team until you have minimum 30 personals. And I know they told me and you that a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like use the same employee mindset. Like if you don't want to go to a travel party, like, hey, I know a lot of you don't want to go to work every day. That's the same thing. So you have to use that same exact drive to help you build this business. And I guarantee you that the benefits from this would be so much more greater than you was to get on any job that you was possibly to work. So use the employee mindset. A lot of you guys used to work a full-time job. Like even now, like I have to remind myself, hey, even though I work for myself, that's one of my biggest downfalls because I work for myself. I could go days without doing anything productive, anything feed my mind. And as I go along, I basically would be on a slow decline. But that isn't where I want to be. I want to be on this upward climb where I want to feed my mind daily. Even if I'm not doing a presentation today, I'm going to feed my mind some type of way to actually help me work. But definitely stupid amazing call, bro. Like I said, I recorded most of it. I know a lot of persons. If any of you guys have any questions for Anton, you can drop in the chat. Definitely get those questions out now before we end the call. If you have any questions and you can't find the chat, you can go to the WhatsApp groups and drop it in the WhatsApp groups right quick before we end. And it was one thing that I wanted to bring up before we actually close out, and it was Johnny Wimbrey. And I wanted to implement it. I wanted to come across as a little challenge for some people on the team. Johnny said today on his live call, he said in the past, he actually challenged a few people on his team. And I want you guys to take up this challenge. He challenged a few people on his team. He was like, I challenge you to go and get 100 consecutive no's. And if you were able to get 100 consecutive no's, I'll pay you $500 to $1,000 cash. And he said that to say this: if you're showing the information enough times, eventually you're going to get a yes. So he was like, even if you get 99 no's and that 100 person said yes, you have to start over again because you didn't complete the challenge. So literally, I thought of that and I wanted to implement that to a few persons on my team. I want to challenge you guys, like, go out there and get 100 consecutive no's. And if you got 100 consecutive no's, then it'll be a cash payout. Like definitely it'll be a cash payout. So, and even if you aren't looking for the cash payout, like do it as a mental challenge for yourself. Like treat yourself and say, hey, if I get 100 consecutive no's, I'm gonna book this dream trip, or I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. Do something along those lines. So what it's doing is actually twisting the way that you think about it, because you know a lot of time people actually go out and they go looking for yeses. Oh, we want to go and look for no's. We want to get as much no's as we possibly can this lap. So I want to challenge each and every one of you guys. I see it's four persons on this call. Definitely go out and you want to keep track of each and every no. Write it down. Write a list from 100 straight down to 1. And like I said, if you get one yes, you have to start over again. So it kind of is like the 1,000 No's challenge route, but like I said, I wanted to break it up into segments. So let's do it different. Let's get 100 consecutive no's. But if you guys have any questions, like I said, there's nothing else that needs to be said. Toon said it all tonight. The wolf mentality, definitely you have to adapt that. Got me fired up, want to go and show some people tonight, get some more no's. But thanks, bro. Thanks for your leadership. Definitely a lot of persons needed this call. A lot of persons are extremely grateful for this call. And we will be back at least on, I would say, on Saturday or Sunday with another team call. We want to do it at least twice a week. For the persons, what I want to do, for the persons who are wings and above on this call, look out in the Eagle's Nest. In the next few days, we're going to be announcing where we're going to have a leaders meeting. So that's everybody who is a wings and above. This is going to be a very, 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 very important leadership meeting. You definitely have to be there. There's no if, muts, or buts. If you can't make it, get on a Zoom call. We know some persons are out of island in different places around right now. But definitely you want to jump on that call. And the last thing I don't want to close out with you guys is that if you guys think that Anton and myself are amazing, definitely you guys want to get to this next training event. Whether it's going to be the RTE in the next 2 weeks or whether it's going to be Los Angeles in the next few weeks. The RTE, for persons who are going to the regional training event, you can get to me, you can get to Andrew. We're actually putting together accommodations and everything for this training event. Joel Worrell from Jamaica, he's going to be training, so I'm actually going to support my boy over there. Definitely you guys want to get to that in West Palm Beach. You can book the event tickets. Event tickets are $50 now. And for April, tunes, let them know why they should be there for April.
All right, so basically, you don't want to miss this event. Let me tell you what happens. When you miss an event, you set your business back 6 months. I have to start with that. You see, like, again, like I have to say this, guys. If you want to be a wolf, you have to start with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. If you begin saying that you can't make it, you set your business back 6 months behind every person that goes to this event. Now, when you make it to this event, understand you have the top speakers in the world coming to speak and perform to you live for $200. You learning information that your teachers in this country will never ever teach you, that your parents could never teach you. Understand, you have a quadruple going on 5-time international marketing director at the age of 24 years young, gonna be on stage to teach you and your team exactly how to get to where he is. If you want to be at least one international marketing director, you learn from someone that did it, gonna do it 5 times. And we gonna be in LA? First of all, if you're an LA Laker fan, big ups to you, shout outs to you. If you ain't, that's your business. At the end of the day, we're gonna catch the Laker game. We're gonna be in LA, we're gonna be in Cali, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna be with the team. We plan on having 500 members. We need to have 500 people from DreamNation. If you on this call right now and you have people on your team that literally haven't been to a training yet, you need to get your team to a training right now. Get you to a training. I promise you right now, if you in the class of 2018, this is your shot right here. This is it right here. See, we already been in the class of 2015 and turned into a class of whatever we are right now and having our success. It's y'all turn now. Pass it back over to you, bro.
Definitely, like you said, and you guys can book tonight. Like, there's no negotiation with trainers. Like, I don't even negotiate how much I should pay to get to these events. If I have to pay over $1,000 to actually take a flight out to get to these events, trust me, if I don't have $1,000, I'm going to find how much. I'm going to find that $1,000 as soon as I possibly can. Like, I have not missed, since I started attending Worldventures events training, I have not missed one national event because I knew the detrimental catastrophe that it would do to my business personally. And I want to challenge you guys too, like, not to miss any events moving forward. Life happens. I know, I understand that. Things come up. I know, I understand that. Like, but you want to be in control of your own life to when, hey, life happens, you can like book that last minute flight on a Saturday morning and don't have to worry about when you're going back to work. Or when life happens, you can like just pick up on a drop of a dime and just do whatever you want to do. Like, the lifestyle is so much better when you can control your own life. So you can book these tickets at events.worldventures.com tonight. Like we said, tickets are still on sale for $200 only, and these go up to over $300 plus. So you can get your tickets tonight. I can't stress that enough. This is for if you want to book for the RTE or if you want to book for the national training event. You can go put your confirmation in the group. We can celebrate you and find out how we're going to get there afterwards. Like, booking the event ticket is the first step to actually getting there. I know a lot of you might not know how you're going to get there flight-wise or how your schedule is going to be, but just take the chance on yourself. Take the chance and believe that you deserve to actually be there. If you've never been to an event, just know that you need to be there this next event. Because the last event that we had, which was in Alabama, we had over 20 plus Bahamians walk the stage one day. It was an insane event. This has never happened. And we're going to be doubling the records this next event. I guarantee you, if you want to see growth within your business in the next couple months, you're going to get to this training. You're going to have to be there. There's no if, no buts, no the dog ate my lunch, the dog ate my... We actually had a member who dog ate their passport about 2 years ago, believe it or not. And I think they still ended up to that event. So there are no negotiations. But I just want to thank you, bro. Thanks for jumping on this call. Definitely thank everybody else for taking time out of their night to just get and pour into yourself, because I know a lot of people need it. But we're going to end the call. If you want to stick around, ask any questions, we can. But definitely hope to see you guys at the next event. I'll be back home dealing with you guys in a few days. Definitely need to get back in the fire and get back around things. But yeah, everybody have a good night and be safe. All right. Let me...
Big up all y'all.